Apparently there's a nationwide coin shortage going on in the US right now. And I want to talk about that because let's be honest. I might have a little something to do with that. I might have a little something to do with that. What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, consider subscribing. Also consider joining the notification squad by clicking the notification bell. That way you never miss an upload, as I upload videos every week, right? I cover things, all personal finance, from debt payoff to saving, all the way through investing, and I also share a little bit of mindset stuff. But this video is about the nationwide coin shortage going on in the US. I haven't found a topic this exciting in a while. I'm a coin connoisseur. That's me. And as a coin connoisseur, I felt like it's only right to cover this. I mentioned in my last video that these coins right here, all of these coins in this jar are coins that I found on the ground. All from this year, all 2020. I found some on the train. I found some by vending machines. I found some in line at the grocery store on the ground. I found some in parking lots. Everywhere I go, if I see some change on the ground, I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm picking it up and I'm adding it to this jar. I'm adding it to this jar. By the end of the video, I'll share the amount that's in the jar, and then I'll let y'all know what I'm doing with that. But let's get to the coin shortage first, and then we'll get to that. I was on CNN Business the other day, and they released something that was just mind-blowing to me. And when I read it, I was like, get out of here. Are you serious? And it makes sense. It makes sense, but it kind of don't make sense. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. We can have some great conversations, but right now I'm gonna go over what they released, and then we'll talk about it in the comment sections after this video is over. The United States is in the midst of a nationwide coin shortage brought on by the coronavirus pandemic, making life difficult for banks, retailers, and anyone who regularly pays with cash. The U.S. Mint, which is in charge of producing new money to replenish the country's supply, is working on addressing the issue and now is asking Americans to help out too. We ask that the American public start spending their coins, depositing them, or exchanging them for currency at financial institutions, or taking them to a coin redemption kiosk. The coin supply problem can be solved with each of us doing our part. That's what they said in the release, and I'm kind of conflicted, but it's like, it makes sense, but it don't. This is just my mind. Like, I'm gonna share my perspective, right? Most people are using plastic these days anyway, and those who are using cash, they're getting their change, and they're still trying to minimize the amount of cash used due to people being cautious, right? Taking precautions as far as the coronavirus. Money is filthy. We all know that money is dirty. They exchange hands all day, every day. It's currency. It's flowing like a current, right? You don't know who's been touching that money before that. So with that being said, people are taking their change, and people are trying their best to use as little cash as possible. I know I am. I can't even recall the last time I used cash, to be honest. My mind is going to all of the talks about the cashless society, right? In my mind, you know, call me a conspiracy theorist if you want, but this is just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this could be a scare tactic or a ploy to get people to cash their change in and just get it out of circulation completely. So if they get your coins, they keep it, and then they come up with another incentive. Because another thing next year was going on with the change is that they're actually paying people more for their change. If you have like $100 in change, they might give you $110 in return. And that's a 10%. That's a 10% gain on your money. So a lot of people might be in a rush to cash that in, but me, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. I know for a fact I can hold on to some of this change and just wait it out and see. Just wait it out and see how much it accumulates value over time. I know change is just change. For the most part, the face value is what it is. There's some coins that are worth more than others, and I keep that in a separate collection. But for the most part, this is just all change. Whatever it is what it's worth, and I keep that separate. Now, let's talk about all the change in this jar. I have a whole playlist covering coins because, like I said, I find change on the ground, I pick it up, I take it home, I put it in this jar, and I just let it accumulate over time to see how much I make throughout an entire year span. I've been doing this for years, a few years now. And what's funny is somebody brought this to my attention that Warren Buffett himself, I never even knew this until somebody shared it with me. There's a story of Warren Buffett being on an elevator with some executives or whatever. They get to the floor that they're trying to go to, and while they're about to get off the elevator, Warren Buffett found a penny on the ground, right? He looked down, saw a penny, stopped, and he picked it up, and all the other people around him was like, "What are you doing?" Warren Buffett held the penny up, right? He held the penny over his shoulder, and he said, "Here's to my next $1 billion investment." And nobody understood what he was doing, but what's crazy to me is that that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing, and every time I tell people that, they look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like, "Oh, it's just a penny. What are you doing?" Whatever. I've seen people throw pennies on the ground all the time. All the time. And I get it. 1 cent is 1 cent. But when you think about it, really think about this. Every dollar amount starts with 1 penny. And then there's this thing called a compounding effect. You save 1 penny, then you save 100 pennies. That's $1. Think about what you can do with that. I'm not even going to go into detail, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just me being a steward of money and cherishing the amount no matter what it is. I've gone with less. So I treat 1 penny the same way as I treat $100 because I know what it can do over time. That's just my investor's mindset, I guess. So right now I'm going to share with you guys how much I found so far for the year 2020. And I'm also going to share what I plan to do with these coins in the near future. Let me know how much you think is in this jar. And I'm going to share exactly how much that is by the end of these clips. So put your guesses in the comments right now. If you're wrong, don't change it. Don't change it, right? If you're wrong, it is what it is. But I'm going to give y'all this balance in a few moments. Okay, by now your guesses should be in. Remember what I said, no cheating. Whatever your first guess was, it is what it is. Here's the balance right here. $65.22. Get this. Free money. I wasn't taxed on it. It took me no effort at all to get this money. Just passively living my life wherever I go. If I see the change, I'm picking it up. Think about what you can do with an extra $65. What I'm going to do with it, I'm going to invest it. I'm going to invest this $65. Matter of fact, whatever I get by the end of the year, I'm investing all of it into an ETF. And I'm going to start a series on this channel. I'm going to start a series to see how much my free money gains over time. So that way I can let people really know like how much the opportunity cost of walking past 1 penny can truly be. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think that's going to be a really dope series, a really dope perspective piece, and it's just going to add that much more value. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.